Dear Occupy Wall Street, let me have your ear for a minute. Today, on the Conservative Reply, I'll make a defund Planned Parenthood argument that even Bernie Sanders could understand. Dubbed the Great Recession, the bursting of the $8 trillion housing bubble in December 2007 was ultimately blamed on the executives of Wall Street and the mass amounts of subprime mortgages that were given out. The result led to a sharp decrease in consumer spending. Combine this with the loss of spending and the chaos of the financial market because of the housing bubble burst. What we got was a collapse in business investment. Massive job loss followed. The labor market lost 8.4 million jobs until the official end in June 2009. 6.1% of all employees. This was the most dramatic loss of any recession since the Great Depression. To compare, the Deep Recession in 1981 lost only 3.1% of jobs, only half as severe. From this, the Occupy Wall Street movement was born. It was a time to end the unfair special immunity that the Wall Street executives seemed to have. No one faced criminal charges for their role in the recession. It was a great part of the rhetoric to end the protection that Wall Street got because of their lobbyist and special political connections. Now, politicians like Bernie Sanders have gained massive popularity by castigating corporations and Wall Street as greedy, evil entities that must be gutted with massive government intervention in order to stop the corruption. He keeps himself free of corporate interests, and instead takes the massive donations from wealthy unions, which are in fact a very big business. With the testimony of Cecile Richards today, September 29, 2015, before the committee in D.C., the Planned Parenthood scandal has thus far refused to die. Despite media blackouts and outright lies coming from the spokeswoman, people are still fed up with the nonprofit. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, whether you're pro-life, pro-choice, or it's somewhere in the middle. Whether you've eaten the lies of the left or the lies of the right, we could agree on one important thing: ending the special privileges of corporations. Planned Parenthood is a private company. It is not a part of the government. Though, with the amount they donate to Democrats, the distinction is hard to draw. Yet, they rake in millions of dollars from the federal government every year. They don't even have to do it indirectly, as Sanders accuses his archenemy Walmart of doing. Stopping corporate privileges and pork barrel spending. It would seem that the same people who favor charging Wall Street executives for their role in the recession have declared the private entity Planned Parenthood as untouchable. No matter how many videos come out, how shaky the testimony is, despite damning evidence, no criminal investigation has been launched. Let's make a compromise. I'll support you in an investigation into criminal activity by Wall Street executives. In exchange, you support me in an investigation into criminal activity by Planned Parenthood. Let's be honest. I'd argue that maybe there wasn't a criminal law broken by Wall Street executives. In my opinion, they may be cleared of all charges, maybe without a trial. And in your opinion, maybe Planned Parenthood wasn't breaking the law. Maybe they'd be cleared of all charges, maybe without a trial. But how can we know the truth if we aren't willing to ask the questions. Why are Republicans willing to protect Wall Street and Democrats willing to protect Planned Parenthood? This is not about ideology. It's not about how you feel about the known actions of these groups, greedy profit hoarders or baby murderers. This is a question of justice. I would call on all Republicans and all Democrats for bipartisan support of enforcing the law. Shouldn't that be a given? For the people who support Occupy Wall Street, who support investigations of Wall Street executives, but not Planned Parenthood executives, what are your values? Now, the Democrats certainly aren't going to open an investigation into a very large, wealthy donor of theirs. They won't, because it's politically and monetarily favorable. It's expedient to their re-election. Of course, that's why we need term limits. For non-officials of Planned Parenthood to convey the organization as protected and immune to criminal proceedings, while holding up with the other hand problems they see in Wall Street, is the very definition of a hypocrite. It's disgusting that these people could see a blatant violation of human rights and not even ask the questions to make sure that the defund Planned Parenthood crowd is mistaken. It's disgusting to argue against corporate privileges while putting a wall around your favorite private company to protect it. Democrats, what are your values? Protect one private company because they give you money? That is the very definition of corruption. Yes, I'm accusing the Democrats of exactly the same thing they accuse Republicans of. I'll agree with you on ending corporate privileges. Let's start with Planned Parenthood. When you see the video of a Planned Parenthood executive talking about how she hopes they earn enough in fetal tissue sales so that she can get a Lamborghini, ask yourself, are these my values? I'm Alex Ross, and this is The Conservative Reply. Subscribe so that you can be here every Friday with a new video and every Monday with a new viewer-suggested video. Leave your comments below with what you think I should do for Monday.